It is time to make another top 10 TURs tier list, guys. And we're in for a pretty big change. So, the last top 10 TURs tier list I actually really made, I believe was this one, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I might have made one other one after this one, like a mini one, but it was like in tiers rather than an actual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranking, right? That one after was talking about how good the releases were, but this is like at the time of their release, I guess. This was more like, okay, how they are right now. And I'm telling you, a lot has changed regarding this tier list. Quite a bit has changed post 9th anniversary. There's a lot of shenanigans going on here. Well, not really shenanigans, more like power creep. So we're gonna hop right into it. There may be some you guys may be surprised at what I'm thinking right now for this tier list. But of course, I'm going to go ahead and explain everything to y'all. So, of course, I pulled up the TURs. We have all these TURs here, blah, 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 blah. And there's also, including this first form Frieza Dokkan Festival, right? This guy just came on GP. I've used him already in difficult content, got enough good feel for him and what I think he needs. Things like that, right? Additionally, Kale and Rose. I do want to know. Well, 23rd World Tournament Goku is the first character on the tier list, right? But I mean, we'll talk about that in a second at 10. Kale and Rose are not being really considered for this tier list. I'm a JP player. And as I'm on JP, I don't have the new Universe 6 characters to really support Kale. Like all those EZAs that came on Global, last week? I don't have any of them. So I think these characters really, really make Kale's team. And right now, I'm on JP, don't have them. And same note, I'm on JP, I do not have Rose. I've used Rose once. But I don't have the experience with him in the 9th anniversary content. And as a post 9th anniversary tier list, it doesn't make sense to do that. So that's why these guys are not going to be on the list, right? Because they are not this is more so like global stuff, right? And I'm not a global player, obviously. So yeah. Anyways, back to 23rd World Tournament Goku. You can see right here, he used to be at number 5 on my tier list. It's number 6 on my tier list. So, this guy, I think the issue with 23rd World Tournament Goku is it was always a thing where it's okay, you want another character's revive is going to be activated, which you're going to argue is technically easier because of the fact that we have Blue Evolution Vegeta, Age of UI Goku. We got other characters who are able to revive as well. But I think the thing is, it's a thing where you have to use the revive early on, and I think back when it was Fusion Zamasu especially, it's a thing where I could just pop the revive early on. I get a top 10 character in the game tier, with this 23rd World Tournament Goku, and I'm good. But you can't do that anymore. You can't pop the revive skill that early on, and then you don't actually get a net gain. I'm thinking you get a net gain now from popping the revive skill when the fight is at its hardest at the end. And since these fights are so long now, this 23rd World Tournament Goku won't get those extra stats. He's going to be doing pretty mediocre damage. He's going to be pretty mediocre defensively unless you trigger that high chance to guard, and even then it's not like he's incredible. At best he's at 900k to a million defense with support and a lot of his links active, right? And then again, that could be without guard, and that's not enough, So that's the thing about this 23rd World Tournament Goku, is that he also wants to get hit as well, and it's if you get him in situations where he can't get hit too much, his defense is going to be way too low. And that sucks, right? I really like this guy. He has a very powerful team as well. It's just that this 9th anniversary content has been, it's so strong that you cannot just waste that revive to get this guy out. And before the revive, he doesn't match up to what the content wants. So that's why he's here at number 10. Speaking of that, number 9 is actually Ma Jr., which he used to be at 4 on this tier list. Again, it's somewhat similar. Where is that guy at Ma Jr.? There he is right here. It's a little similar. Not that you have to waste to revive. I think my junior has more tech that you could use when regards to 9th anniversary content in the giant form. The active skill has a nullification of an attack, which I think could be very useful. I think he's actually still pretty decent in this 9th anniversary content. I mean, even 23rd World Tournament Goku, you could use them in the 9th anniversary content, right? The biggest issue with these guys in the 9th anniversary content is I think, again, the stat increases. My junior, he used to be like godly mega tank. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. Like, he supers a couple times. He's able to eat any super in the game. Could reach potentially even up to like 2 mil defense range, which is crazy. Crazy. 2 mil defense is not enough anymore to tank super attacks. I mean, like, we can take a look at some of these events here. Let's take a look here. Where is, I guess, the challenge events, right? Again, like, this event has supers for over 2 mil. This event has supers for over 2 mil. Turn 1, by the way. This event has supers for over 2 mil. This event has supers that hit over 2 million damage. And it's like, okay, well, like the Gohan and Piccolo stage here hits for 2.45, and he greatly raises attack here. The Gammas are hitting for 5 mil at the end, 2.25 here, and they raise their attack greatly. So that's like way more than 2 million. We have Max, turn 1 hits you for 2.5, and then at the end he could hit you for 3 million damage, dude. Broly, and like this movie's a boss rush thing. Well, Janemba hits hard, but like, you know, honestly, when I first did this, I beat the Super Janemba before getting to the physical one. But Broly hits for just 3 mil, flat out, man, right? That's another stage. Obviously, we know Supreme Battle Spectacle. I think the thing I was saying is, like, you know, Soda Hope Trunks. A lot of these characters could just super you instantly in this fight. So I'm like, except for Gogeta, really, like, Gogeta is like oh yeah, another thing, Gogeta's AoE. Just destroy my junior. Unless you use the active skill, which you could use the active skill here, which would be the smart play, right? Then that'll activate all his defense that he gets on super attack. So I can say, yeah, you could do that for my junior there. Beast Gohan just locks him, and like he gets like he just gets locked, and then if Beast Gohan does super him, you're done. Like, even if you save the active skill, you might not cancel his super. The super might not be the first attack. I feel like with Trunks, most of the time it's the first attack. But like Beast Gohan is not always the first attack. It's like the first or second attack in my experience. So it's like, you know, okay, well, he's gonna cancel this. He's gonna lock. What if he locks my junior someone, right? And they're just like, oh, I'm stuck, or locks my junior to where the super is. And his normals, like, obviously type disadvantage will hit just super hard. Well, Bunjunior should be able to tank the normals once he gets a couple of attacks up, but his defense does not hit that height. His damage could still be pretty nice, but it's like we also have gotten characters that just do way more damage in terms of how good this Mud Junior is to the rest of the game. But I think he's still good. Another issue is that villains again suck. Obviously, with the new power cube jump, you can't get away with some of these villains. Like, you know, on his team, I mean, actually, I'll bring up his actual team. Like, on his teams, like, you can't get away with the same characters. I mean, you have Broly on his team and this Golden Frieza on this team, but Golden Frieza doesn't support him. Broly doesn't link with him. And it's like, who are you using here? Like, Frieza? I mean, first one, Frieza wouldn't really work that great on my junior's team because he'll lose on a lot of his, like, crit chance, things like that. If you mix in some Terrifying Conquerors, maybe Frieza could work on this team. But then it's like, you know, you're gonna Doria. Like, this character, Amon and Raisin's not enough anymore for slot 1, right? You know, and that was like one of his big partners. Amon and Raisin was like one of the big boys to use with him. Like, you know, you could get away with like AGL Grade Perilous back then. Now you can't. Nope, you cannot get away with AGL Grade Perilous. Golden Frieza is still a decent option, but it's just, yeah. And then Giant Form. Let's not even talk about this. This category sucks, dude. I mean, I guess Ribrian got a lot better, and then this guy got a lot better, but it's like, you're not gonna use those guys to link with my junior, really, right? You know, who you're gonna link with my junior is the issue. Maybe Baby? Super Baby 2 EZA, right? He's still a decent character here. I don't know. I just feel like the 9th anniversary has not treated these two well, in my personal experience, and my personal opinion, right? But maybe you guys may feel differently. 8, I have the tournament power androids, I think at A tier, and it's just really funny. I think they're just more relevant than what Goku and Piccolo are doing. I think they're arguably just better fit for the 9th anniversary content as well. They don't require build up, they don't require getting hits, nothing like that. You could very safely run them, and you can even like hide them if you really have to in this content. Way less AoEs, right? There's like most of the bosses except for Gogeta don't even have AoEs. So these guys are just gonna be really safe. I guess, you know, in the Beast Gohan fight, you're gonna be running these guys as floaters, so it's like they get locked in slot 1 and Beast Gohan can kind of destroy them, but everywhere else they're fine. And then they're providing so much support to some of the better characters in the game because of the amount of EZAs we got. AGL UI Goku, I mean, again, Ribrian Kankutsu are pretty decent now. We have Blue Evolution Vegeta's EZA, Esther UI Goku's EZA, Physical Blue Falcon Goku, and Evolution Blue Vegeta. I mean, again, Kale soon is going to be good. I'm not going to count Kale because she's not really that spectacular in JP yet, right? But there are a couple of characters here that are upcoming. And it's like she supports, like, okay, like, you're a top 10 unit of the game. You're a top 10 unit of the game. You're top 10. You're like top 15. You're like probably like top 25 or something like that, right? Somewhere around that range. For so much stats, and they're like pretty like good in terms of tanking. I feel like they could eat almost any normal attack in the game. And they're providing a 2-turn 35% multiplicative support buff, right? Maybe turn 1, like against Cell Max, they could struggle, but outside of that, like the Cell Max stage 2, by the way, is what I'm talking about. In case you're not aware, there was a stage 2 added. There's also Rainbow Orb changing, which could be useful. I like them. I like them a lot. I think maybe I like them more than a lot of people. Maybe you could say, well, I think my Junior is better, or 23rd with number Goku is better. If you really think so, man, sure. These guys are like in the same tier range, I think now at this point. Just because of how good tournament participants has gotten. And, you know, these guys really get escalated because there's a lot of good Gokus here. And you could just run them on the superheroes team as well. And it's like, run them on superheroes, you could have like, well, yeah, let's say Double Beast Gohan. Excuse me. Then you have Goku right here. You have a Goku right here. You have a Goku right here. And it's like, oh, there's just super mega top tier Gokus you can run on the team. Again, she's supporting Blue. They're supporting Blue Evolution Vegeta. They wouldn't support Beast Gohan, right? But that's okay. Tech God Goku is useful in some stages. There's another Goku. It's like, you know, that's would be pretty good. So that is what I'm thinking of for the androids right here at the number 8 spots. Number 7, I have Gohan and Piccolo right here, and I think this character maybe are still a little underrated right now in the community. And you'd be like, you're probably like this, but like, what? You know, my Junior, it should be better than this character. And I think the reason why I'm putting this character above is, first off, no AoEs really help this character out. And then you could just, the idea about this unit is that they're a floating support character at this point, right? You won't keep them on rotation for the reduction. And I think the thing is, again, you're floating them around. You're getting the multiple turn, 1 key and 30% attack and defense for 3 turns, right? 2 superclass allies, which obviously is fine. This guy's on the Bottom Master Disciple Beast Gohan team. This guy, I mean, that's really his best team. This Bottom Master Disciple team led by Beast Gohan. And the thing there is that, okay, let's say you get him turn 1, you float him off, he comes back around turn 4. Turn 4 is the issue for this guy, right? Or his 4th turn. If you get him on that 4th turn, and like you're above 70% HP, and it's like there's like 16 attacks at the back, like you're kind of screwed over. But that's like the only situation, and other than that, he's providing 30 to 60% support to that team, and he's able to tank a decent amount of normals. I wouldn't say he's like the tankiest character ever, but you know, in the 3rd slot, there's a lot of times not that many attacks there, like 1 or 2 attacks. And, you know, especially if they get a double super attack, I think they'll be pretty comfortable in terms of eating, like, any attacks in this last slot. I mean, they can get to, like, 700 to 800k defense range, is, you know, based on what I'm recalling. So, that's pretty good. And, again, if you're under 70% HP, then you can protect the rotation with the Revive. then when they come back around on that 7th turn, which, you know, we get to those ranges and fights, this guy could just auto revive no matter what HP level you're at, and you're not even worried about that anymore. Kid Gohan, I mean, he's decent, right? You'd actually prefer to stay into the Piccolo and Gohan form, but in the worst case scenario, you die and you get the revive off. This character is still pretty nice. And again, like, you're gonna have a Goku on the team, shocker, right? UI Goku ZZA, Blue Falcon Goku and Evolution Vegeta, right? And this guy would be supporting all of those characters if you're running them on the team, because he's supporting just super class allies, right? Which is a pretty good support buff, and it helps quite a lot. So I like see the strategy with this guy. I think that I ran him a couple times on the Beast Gohan team, and I think they work. I really do think that they work, and they're actually providing something useful to the best characters in the game, just like 17, 18, and it's like another thing where they don't have to build up. They're just like good to go, especially as floater characters. I think this is very important. Whilst my junior in 2030, you have to really build the team around them and build, like, you know, build them up and everything like that. But then it's like, you know, especially for my junior, the options around him aren't enough. For Goku, you don't want to waste a revive, but these guys don't have to really worry about that, right? I think the only thing that could be an issue for Gohan and Piccolo is if you're running, like, let's say Blue Evolution Vegeta on the same team, which, you know, or UI Goku, again, like I talked about earlier, and then you pop their revive early on, and then it's like, okay, well, this guy maybe could be in trouble, but then at that point you could argue, oh, well, deep into the fight, I have Beast Gohan's target skill, Blue Gogeta's target skill, you know, things like that. Not that I'm gonna use that to excuse this Gohan and Piccolo not being, like, they should have had their 40% reduction in all slots. I don't see why they couldn't have had their 40% reduction in all 3 slots, or, like, you know, just 40% damage reduction. I don't think that had to really be restricted, in my opinion. I just don't see the need to have that restricted, but that's again, that's talking about what could have been, not what it is right now. But I still think that, you know, like, outside of those specific situations, you'll be good with this character, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I like this character. I think I've warmed up to them with this 9th anniversary content. I mean, I always kind of liked them, but I just felt like, you know, with all the AoEs around, they had to attack to get a lot of their defense, and it's like, oh, the first AoE gets me under 70%, and then I lose the reduction, and then I die. It's just annoying. That's really that. Next, we have First Form Frieza as the next Dokkan Fest on the list. He's at number 6 on my Dokkan Fest tier list here. So with First Form Frieza specifically, I think he's really good. In terms of him being in a vacuum, I think that he's able to do, like, I know it's usually a thing where it's like, oh, everyone does damage, right? You know, I think, you know, most top tier in the game units in the game are able to do some pretty good damage, right? But this guy does do like like top 3 in the game level damage, which is different than just, like, you know, his damage is different than Beast Gohan's damage. Even his damage is different than, like, Blue Gogeta's damage. His damage is more comparable to Broly's damage, right? In good turns, this guy could look insane, and the active skill hits super hard, has a nullification. So again, just like I was talking about with my junior earlier, it's a pretty decent shot. You can just straight up nullify the super in the turn, which is very important. That's a very good thing to consider. And then furthermore, I think this guy, you know, he's basically getting guaranteed crits. When you have the full team, you get 70% crit. And then if you're facing Pure Saiyan, which is not uncommon, you can get another 50%. It's like, oh, you're getting guaranteed crits, right? That could be really good. The issue with this character, oh, he's also doing like a bunch of additionals. In his intro, he has an additional with a high chance. After you do 5 attacks, he gets a guaranteed additional super, right? Really, really good. The only thing I'm not going to note is the guaranteed super against a low class warrior. I mean, unless they're going to bring out an event for low class warrior anytime soon, this does not matter at all. This literally doesn't matter. But what I would say is, like, it almost feels like they just like, why do they put this here? Unless they're like, is there actually going to be a low class warrior event? I'm thinking that for Saiyan Day, maybe we can get like a Supreme Battle Spectacle with like, you know, Bardock, Saiyan Saga Goku. You know, maybe the Bardock squad could be staged TURs. Like, what if it's like that? And then we have Vegeta in there too, like, you know, some sort of like pure Saiyans one, and it's like just the base form Saiyans. So you get all those low class warrior Saiyans in there. That could be interesting. And then this Frieza could be really good there with an extra guaranteed super, but as of now that doesn't count. And it's like the thing with this Frieza and why he's not higher on the list is because he's relying on a lot of things that might come. We might get Terrifying Conqueror's allies. We might get more Space Traveling Warriors allies. We might get a low-class Warriors boss. You know, we might get, like, again, the better linking partners with Terrifying Conquerors / Space Traveling Warriors getting buffed, which arguably has to be Space Traveling Warriors or Planetary Destruction to even fit on his team. And it's just a thing where I think he is good in his own vacuum, and I have taken him into difficult content, gone pretty far in the difficult content. It's just the team falls like somewhat short, unfortunately, because he doesn't have those options. But I think he has the potential to really help carry a team through events with the amount of damage he's able to do. We just need, like, you know, Dodoria should have been like slot 1 god gamer, and I think we would have been actually pretty okayly set, decently set even. It wouldn't have been like the best team ever or anything like that, but we would have had an extra option because I think slot 1 characters could be very important for this team. Maybe like supports are good. It just overall just like stronger like overall characters I think could be really nice to just help aid this Frieza's team. And that's really it. I mean, this Frieza just needs help. That's his issue. If he gets help, he could be like top 3 TUR level. But as of now, I would still say he's better than Piccolo and Gohan, right? Or like I would still say he's better than like Ma Junior, because like, you know, he's reaching these Ma Junior levels of defenses, but just doing way more damage. And you know, he has the same issue with like partners more or less. So he's just basically like a better version of Ma Junior, though Ma Junior does have the giant form, which could be very, very nice. I guess that's one thing you could say. I think Frieza with his active skill, like I've seen this guy like nuke like half of the boss's HP, or like 3 to 5 HP bars of the boss in the final phase, just nuked with this guy's active skill, right? It could do so much damage because he's just stacking this attack, which goes directly into it. He also does greatly lower attack here, which I think is very useful for some of these fights, like the Gogeta fight can be debuffed. So being able to like greatly lower his attack like that could be really, really helpful in terms of tanking. So that's good. I think this Frieza, again, he can look good. We just need help around him for him to really succeed. And yeah, that's that. At number 5 here, we have Andrew 21. Ajo Andrew 21. The thing about her is I think that she also got a lot better. And we got recently a very good unit with her. Boo Gotenks is super good with her. This guy is one of the best characters in the game. We got Boo Gotenks that could work well with her. Amazing, amazing, amazing. You know, in terms of her team, I think her team actually has come out pretty decent past the 9th anniversary, which may be surprising. You may not think about that, right? But like, Red Brienne trio got better. Bulma could still hold up decently. She's not like, you know, the God tank slot 1 that she could have been in the past, but Bulma could still hold up decently, and I think she's not under the 200%, but she could still work nice. She's supporting multiple turns. Bulma's influence is still very well felt on this team. Physical 21 is still a decent character in this difficult content, right? You know, again, we know that the Universe 6 characters are upcoming in Easy Ace too. Chilai is still like an okay run, right? Again, Majin Power is not really that great right now, but I feel like, you know, this guy is decent. With the Beast Gohan fight, you know, you could run STR Boo. you could actually get away with STR Boo in that fight. AGL Super Boo is like okay. Boo Tanks is okay. Well, not okay. Boo Tanks is really good. Really, really, really good. A lot of these Android characters are still like runnable. I mean, Gamma 1 got a huge upgrade. With everything going on here, we got the LR Gammas added to this team, which is very huge. I think 21, and then the thing about her is that she got all her dodge when attacking in her base form, which really hurt against these AoE bosses, but that's not a thing anymore. So she's able to freely like do her attacks, get the high chance to dodge right there. Transforming with 21, she's recovering a lot of HP, right? She has the damage reduction. Again, she has an active skill which can nullify an attack. I think this is really good. I think disabling these attacks when these bosses are just hitting so mega hard is really important. Being able to disable the attack and the actions and everything like that is so good. She could do triple super. She could be super effective during the active skill turn. She could put in a lot of work, and I've seen her eat some of these like high-end bosses super attacks as well. And she's recovering HP mid-turn, so like if she's on slot 2 or 3 and then you take a huge super, she gets 4 super attacks. You could recover 20% HP, and she recovers another 21% if you're still under 60% HP. So like she has a lot of recovery with her, which is great. I really like this 21 being able to like have the survivability and recover back from you with, again, the nullification here as well when she's transformed. The damage reduction allows her to eat any normal attack bare minimum in the game. She's actually good for the Gogeta fight, I would say. Given that she's not in slot 1, she could actually work pretty well for that Gogeta fight. I like 21. I think they did a good job with her. They really cooked with this 21's design, and it shows through during the 9th anniversary. I think a lot, which is crazy considering that. Again, what was she on my list last time? She was at 8 on my list. Now she's actually at number 5 on my list, so she has moved up quite a bit, which is again perfect for Android 21. Next we have God Goku. So God Goku here is at number 4 on my tier list. Again, we all know how good God Goku is. In terms of the 9th anniversary, I don't think much has really changed, except for the fact that if he doesn't dodge, he could actually start to eat damage from some of these normal attacks, especially like that Gogeta Iwi. Oh my goodness. But this guy, you know, as long as you're able to get the 6 orbs, he still is able to cook, I'm thinking. God Goku is really, really good. I think the only things that, you know, at this point, you know, really don't want to transform to Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, it's always been a thing where I prefer to just stay in God Goku and never really cared about getting Super Saiyan Goku out, but you could now. Again, these fights are a lot longer. This guy can get more stacks. I guess one thing is that you could very often get past turn 6 and turns where he'll lose as 100% attack in the orb changing. Orb changing might not be the most, because orb changing is bad anyway, so you're going to have to run orb changing characters with him. But this right here, losing that could be pretty big, because that makes him do a lot less damage. At the end of the day, though, I'm relying on him for the 60% dodge, plus the guard, plus the stacking. God Goku is still quite good. He has a pretty nice leader skill as well. I think God Goku is aged well regarding the 9th anniversary content, so that is good for him. But yeah, that is why God Goku is at number, what is that again? Number 3 right here. So that's the thing. Or number 4, actually, my bad. Again, he's still really good. Really, really good. I think people maybe on Twitter underplay what he could do now. In my opinion, I think, you know, there's a lot of discussion about, oh, who's better, 21 or God Goku. I think they're on the same tier, honestly. I think 21's better now, but I think God Goku is still aged quite well here with these, again, 60% dodge chance plus like guard and everything. He's so good, and he's on a lot of the best teams of the game as well, so that's really good for God Goku. Now next, for my 3rd best TUR right now. Yeah, Gamma 1 is actually 3rd on this list, which is, it's crazy. But Gamma 1 is really, really, really good. Now, especially because a major part is obviously the LR Gammas, right? There's 2 things that happened to this Gamma 1 during the 9th anniversary. I think one is obviously the LR Gammas, right? LR Gammas link super well with Gamma 1. They're best partners. LR Gammas are like a top 5 level unit in the game. They get 50% support and everything. We're getting, you know, Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed here, just like all these links here with Gamma 1. He's supporting them. He's supporting the team. He still has the 50% reduction. He has the guard for the first few turns built up. You know, that, like, what is that? The 3rd, 4th turn for this guy where he has the guard plus the reduction built up. He could look really good, especially next to the LR Gammas. I mean, this guy's one of the best characters for the Beast Gohan fight. This guy's really good in the Gogeta fight, I'd say. This guy's just still good everywhere because he has that 50% reduction. And then, again, the existence of the LR Gammas is just really good for him as well. An extra thing for him that helped is that he was actually given these special equipments. I wonder if it's in here. Where's the equipment? Right here. He was actually given these special equipments here that did pretty good for him, right? 800 defense here. Then we got, what, level 4 additional and 400 defense. Then, instead of this, I actually have defense, the defense dodge on him. And then he gets like an extra, what, almost an extra like 1.8 thousand defense with the skill orbs I have on him or something like that, like 1.5 to 1.8 or whatever. That's a lot to his defensive stat, which is already pretty high. He has good HP stat as well. Rainbow 18,000. That's actually pretty nice HP stat for a TUR. Probably one of the like, besides the TURs that hit like, you know, 24,000. I'm interested actually. How high is his HP stat? We'll display HP, sort by HP. Let's make it just URs, and then where is this guy's HP stat in terms of other characters? Okay, it's not. Yeah, well, this is certain. Am I crazy? Oh no. Potential max maybe. Where is he at? He's down here. Honestly, okay. Well, I don't know why it's not. I'm sorting by HP, but it's like the gamma. Like this guy is ahead of him for some reason. I'm actually really confused. Whatever. This guy has one of the higher HP stats for a TUR though in the game. Yamcha, 19,000. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, okay. You know, you let Yamcha cook. But I think that's a pretty nice HP stat still. A lot of those characters have pretty nice HP stats nowadays. Very nice. Like, you know, if we compare it to like God Goku's at 16,000 HP. 21 actually has higher HP, 19,000, right? Frieza has 17,000 HP. So nice there. I want to point out HP because HP is very important, right? You know, I think, you know, HP is probably the most important stat here because the passive can control attack and defense, but having higher HP stats helpful. Because like you can't really control HP outside of your skills, obviously, right? And like healing specifically. But yeah, again, supporting the 70% counter against Beast Gohan. Just a good character, man. He's aged incredibly well in his design. He has just always had an incredible design. He's always been evolving age unit. It's crazy that like an October of 2022 unit is like top 5 in terms of TURs. In my opinion, he's top 3 in terms of TURs. He's good, dude. He's good right now with the gammas. Maybe you could say like this, or you could even do this. I mean, honestly, if you want, you could do like this. I don't really mind, but I think Gamma 1 is really good right now. If I was gonna say again tiers, like these 4 in a tier, then these 4 in a tier right here. But then I would say Rudigar is my second best TUR here, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku is my best TUR. And yeah, oh well, not Gamma 2. Gamma 2, you get down here, buddy. This is the same as last time. Again, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think this guy and Rudigar are heavily downplayed in the community. Rudigar is really good. Perfect form for Rudigar, especially. This guy being able to have the potential chance to get guaranteed dodge is super impressive. He's just one of the best slot 1 characters in the game no matter what. Even turn 1, he has 70% dodge. He's stacking defense. Could be very useful for a situation where he doesn't dodge, right? Could do some pretty nice damage, and then perfect form for Rudigar, and could do some pretty good damage himself, right? He has the, again, 70% chance to dodge, then launches the initial super after dodging. He also has high chance to crit right here. Additional that has a great chance to be super. So this guy could just like super for, I mean, I've seen Rainbow performance like 15 mil, like, or like more like 14 mil into 15 mil into 16 mil into 17 mil. Like this guy could do a lot of damage, this Rudigar, if you get the good RNG. Plus the fact that he's like one of the best dodge characters in the game for Slot 1. He's incredible. Rudigar is great. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, again, he has a good team as well himself, right? I think the Movie Heroes Final Trump Card team works really well. The Dragon Fist could be super impactful. Just taking 0 damage from like these 3 million damage super attacks guaranteed when you're in the standby form is just too good. And it's just too good. He has 90% dodge outside of that. Well, 70 to 90% depending on your HP here. And then he's supporting in this standby mode. He's great, dude. This Dragon Fist Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Goku himself, he could do some pretty good damage. Like it's just a one shot of like, you know, like let's say 15 to like 18 mil depending on support, depending on where your HP level is at, because he does get an extra 159% attack, and then I basically guarantee crit because he already has the high chance to, where is it? Okay, so he has medium chance to crit, 20% crit as a second or third attacker, then a 50% crit chance. That is all in the same phase. So that is a guaranteed crit when you're under 59% HP in the second or third slot. You also have 70% chance to dodge. He has a great chance to nullify unarmed super. So again, that could be used for the Beast Gohan super attack, right? And the Supreme Battle Spectacle. Standby condition is quite easy to get, I would say. 70% or less on turn 3 is easy. 6 turns is not that bad. That's like in the hardest parts of the fight where you want to use that, where he's gonna just do these bosses are doing like again 3 mil supers at this point. Not many characters could just like guaranteed be like, yep, nope, I don't care. And I think that's what sets this guy apart from Hirudegarn. I mean, Hirudegarn has a guaranteed dodge, to be fair, but like again, you need to get the 3 dodges first. Gamma 1, I would say you can't live every super in the game slot 1. God Goku has the dodge chance, but you need to rely on that dodge chance. 21, she doesn't live like some of these supers, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku does. Frieza doesn't have the mechanic. This mechanic, just the guaranteed. I think it's good. It's so good. But that is it for my top 10 TURs post 9th anniversary. Again, Kale, I can't really speak on her yet. Rose, I can't really speak on him yet. We're gonna wait for a GP to get these units, and then I'll be able to have a good idea. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeto's not on the list anymore. Heroes just doesn't match up. I love Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, man, but Heroes just does not match up anymore. Is there anyone that I missed? From what I'm seeing, no. Again, I don't include easy TURs here. I'm not seeing anyone that like stands out to me that I didn't put on this list. I think that is pretty much it. I mean, yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.